What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in a room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this reality chat. Quad. She just can't help herself, I guess, because, listen, all right. She and Dr. Heavenly, they did a live with Love B. Scott. And she had a few things to say. I'm going to play this little clip and then I'm going to continue with my commentary.
Oh, and I'm going to show how much I love tea. And, honey, the very thing that he thought was going to happen, he basically verbatim gave me the vindication. The vindication. The wife sat down with Kimes. The wife sat down with Kimes and said, some of that stuff that Quad said is true. Some of that stuff, and Quad is right about the truth thing. Well, what is she writing this one? What is she writing about? What do you think, like what? He control, the whole thing we said, or the house we broken into, and because I didn't turn on the alarm.
That girl gonna beat your ass, Quad, and I'm gonna be right there.
See, and that's not that laugh.
Don't worry about it.
That's
Jackie
the laugh right there. That high kid laugh is the laugh that she gave last night. And that's...
All right, guys. So you heard her mocking Letitia. You heard her, speaking on what Letitia was speaking on about how Quad was right about a few things, whatever. It's like, who are you really trying to convince? Are you trying to convince the public? Or are you trying to convince yourself? And to see Dr. Heavenly's face sitting there looking, and yeah, she giggled a little bit, but she was like, Quad, that girl gonna beat your ass, and I'm not gonna stop her. I actually believe that. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not condoning violence, but I would be okay with seeing Letitia square up on Quad, because I believe that Quad does things like this. She's shown this to be her MO over the seasons of being on the show, where she will do things like this, but she won't really step to anybody. When it happens, then she's so appalled, and she's messy. It's like Mariah said, Quad without a wig, that's Mr. Potato Head. Man, I wish I had that clip, because it was funny then and it's funny now. But anyway, her sitting there and mocking Letitia's voice and saying what she said gives her vindication. Dr. Heavenly Dr. Heavenly, we know she's messy. And some people, you either love her or you can't stand her. That's what I found about her. I don't really care. I laugh at some things that she says, and some things it's like, Dr. Heavenly, really? Really now? But anyway, I'm like, at this point, you've been divorced from Dr. Gregory. You chose to leave how many years now? And you leveled up off of him. As much as she may not want to admit that, she has. I just can't with her. And Dr. Gregory, we'll see, even though he's messy too. I mean, we saw him on this last episode. I'm like, okay now, really? But he said a number of people told him, don't do it. Don't do it. And he still did. And they were proven, in my personal opinion, to be right. Because when they were getting married, I'm quite sure before they got married, he let Quad know the things that he was desiring in his life. And she more than likely agreed to it. I'm not saying she flat out said, yes, I will have some kids. But she never had any intentions on doing that. And I believe that definitely did hurt him, because there are a lot of guys that just really want to be fathers, and he's a man of a certain age at this point in time. Now, Dr. Heavenly and Quad sitting there talking about her, we see on the preview of this upcoming episode where Dr. Heavenly and her husband were not on the list for the wedding guests. Now, I don't know if that was a mistake and that actually really did happen, because I thought she actually was there when I saw people talking about it on social media. I didn't really go there to look at those pictures and video clips and things myself, but I thought she was there. So I don't know if that was just something that was played up for the show. But Dr. Heavenly really hasn't been that nice to Letitia either. She just kind of is who she is. And she's not the type of person that I would want to call a friend. And that's why it's just weird to me when I see Quad coupled up with Dr. Heavenly, because Dr. Heavenly is not really her friend. And I think Quad knows that too, honestly. This is just a coworker situation that they're trying to make more friendly than what it really is. Because we know that Quad and Toya do not see it for each other, and you would never see the both of them on a live together, period. But in the comment section, this is from Love B. Scott, in the comment section, some people are there chiming in on it. Someone says, a man that abused me wouldn't ever have to worry about me popping up on his new wife or giving him any of my attention. And someone else says, you would never see me sitting on live discussing my ex-husband and his new wife. Someone else said, Quad needs to be quiet. Her first season wasn't giving. Why is Quad bothered by her ex and Sweet T's marriage? No storyline, Quad. Girl, exit the show. Messy and miserable. Another comment said, and Quad, is Quad really unbothered because she's giving bothered? And another one says, this is not a flex. Silence is louder than she thinks. The flex is simply moving on. And another one says, we got to spend all season listening to Quad play like she unbothered. And another one says, Quad and Heavenly both are old enough to be Sweet T's mama. Leave her alone. And I don't, well, possibly. I mean, if Quad had her in like her late teens or early 20s, I guess. I don't even know how old Quad is. But anyway, another one says, Quad, we remember how you looked the first season. So not too much on Sweet T. This is just mean. I never speak on my ex's life because I don't give a bleep. Next question. Another person said, there is nothing funny about this. Quad never wanted that man. And you know something? I'm not even going to lie to you. Quad gives me the type that was sleeping in the next bedroom. And not because he has sleep apnea or she gets up a lot at night and he's got to get up early in the morning and, you know, she's always going to the bathroom or whatever. I feel that really was a loveless marriage, and it was a marriage not of convenience, but a marriage of opportunity for her and for him as well, because he thought that he found someone that was willing to give him the things that he was wanting out of life, which was becoming a father. And she really had no real intention on doing that. So yeah, her sitting on live doing this with Dr. Heavenly and Love B. Scott, it's really giving Mean Girls. It's not giving, you are just trying to let the people know that this was all you were trying to say all along about Dr. Gregory. And it's like, no, you're not going to really try that with us. Most people don't believe that you wanted him. Most people believe that when the heat was getting hot and he really was attempting to try to make the marriage work through the couples counseling that they were doing and stuff like that, I just believe that he could tell that she just really wasn't intentional about it and really didn't want this. And he just started to check out. I'm not saying that it was okay for him to meet up with some chick at a hotel and do whatever he did with the chick. I'm not saying that's okay. I'm not. But I just believe that he knew that she just didn't want it anymore. And just like he thought, One day he went to work and he came home and she moved all her stuff out and his sleep number mattress. Okay, because he had that house and those furnishings before she lived there. They did not build that together. They did not, So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. Her and Dr. Heavenly being mean girls, as well as her trying to throw in that she was vindicated by what Sweet Tea said. But it's weird when people like this kind of forget where they came from, because people looked at her in that first season like she was lowbrow. Toya, Carrie Wells, a number of the other people, that were surrounding Dr. Jackie. I don't think she really cared for her. I think Dr. Simone was just trying to tolerate her. I just, and I feel that Mariah really took her under her wing and was really trying to go to bat for her. Mariah was the one that brought up the little jingle, Miss Quad, she got it. She was trying to help her boost her confidence and stuff like that. She forgets that type of stuff. She feels like she's just been on the mountaintop for as long as we have been seeing her on this show, and that's just not true. But people took to her. They started to like her personality. She got connected with some of the gays down in Atlanta with the fashions and, and all that other stuff. And then, getting the connections of some people who wanted to work with her and do business with her. I don't know how those things, panned out, because I don't see anything with the picture perfect pop. Remember that? And the other things that she was supposed to be doing, So it's like you were a flash in the pan. For the most part, people just got addicted to your personality, because I liked her at first too. I don't care for a lot of the things that I've seen over the years, and what really it just really got to me how she did Mariah. I'm sorry. And again, I'm not saying that if someone helps you out, you owe them your life. That's not what I'm saying. But to backstab and betray someone the way that she did and try to put her on Front Street to call her a drug addict. She's a mother. She's married to a prominent doctor. That just was not cool. Misery loves company. It was almost like she was trying to do something to mess up and destroy this woman's family and household. That's just not cool. She's devilish in that way. And nobody can ever make me think differently about her when it comes to that. So I'll never forget that. And I'm sure Mariah will never forget it either. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. Thanks for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.